The next 5 days or so are very important for Nvidia, for Micron, and for AMD. There are a lot of catalysts. There are a lot of things that you need to be watching out for. And Tuesday is a really important day. So I want to go through that. I'm going to release this on Thursday. I'm probably not making a video tomorrow. We're heading to our cottage, but I wanted to give you this information as soon as possible. Micron, Nvidia, and AMD have had really good reports. And Nvidia's just came in yesterday. The market was kind of sideways to start the day, but now turning a bit green. I want to hit you with some of the important things that you should know, some stuff that I've never talked about on the channel, some news that's just out now, and we'll also look at Nvidia on the technicals as well. If you don't mind, hit subscribe and hit that like button. Now, let's start here. The Dow up 0.7%, the S&P 500 up a quarter, and NASDAQ up about the same. Nvidia had great earnings yesterday, and they're getting a lot of price raises today. A lot of people saying they could go to, a lot of analysts saying they could go to $300 to $500, right? And keep in mind it's a $225 stock right now, so I think most people would be quite happy with that. They reaffirmed like great guidance. They had great revenue beats. They had great data center revenue, and yeah, they just crushed across the board. Even possibly going up to 100% revenue growth rate next quarter. At the same time, MU said that their demand continues to grow. Their balance sheet is fantastic. They've never had such a strong balance sheet, and the demand is so crazy that they are not able to keep up with the demand. So today, these stocks are looking pretty good. I mean, you pull up Nvidia, and yeah, it's calmed down since it was at 238 back last Thursday, a week ago, but it's still done quite well when you zoom out on any time frame. AMD was up 8% yesterday, and now it's at still 445, just kind of staying steady. MU, another good day today, right? Up like 3 or 4%, 3% today. SanDisk up 10%, nearing all-time highs once again. So these companies are doing well, right? And when you break down their technicals, they look great on pretty much every time frame. Now, one time frame that people like to look at short-term a lot is Bollinger Bands, which basically in the middle here is the 27 moving average, and then the red line's kind of like, hey, we're getting overheated. The green line is we're a little bit too cool. And we are on the bottom side of that. So we broke through the midpoint back on Monday, and yeah, we've been kind of just stuck underneath it since then. Even with our great earnings report, they have not moved to the upside. And the bottom side of this is around 215. Now, of course, we can always go lower. We can always go higher than these. We can ride that red line for a while, but it gives you a good indication for like short-term price movements. So further down than we are up on this on the short 4-hour time frame. Now, we are getting some news that could shift prices pretty quickly, like the whole market. We have the final draft of the US-Iran agreement, and we'll get to specifically news for Nvidia, Micron, AMD here in a second, but this is going to change the market. Like we're seeing green in the afternoon today because of this. We had news of the final agreement, right? Immediate and comprehensive ceasefire on all fronts. All parties must mutually agree to refrain from targeting infrastructure. Freedom of navigation in the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz is guaranteed under a joint monitoring mechanism. Sanctions will be gradually lifted in exchange for Iran's compliance with the terms of the deal, and they will basically negotiate on everything else later, basically starting in 7 days. So this is like a deal before the deal. The agreement is expected to be announced within the next few hours. Okay, so the enrichment, some of the stuff that can make nuclear weapons is still going to be put off for some future date. They're going to figure that out later, but hopefully we can actually start to get oil moving, and hopefully the ceasefire actually happens, right? Hopefully there's no more bloodshed. So that's kind of why the market is being priced up now. I think Tuesday, though, is a very important day. First of all, because if we get this final draft, people will be moving around money tomorrow ahead of the long weekend. Keep in mind there's a holiday in the US. But Monday will be where, people have had some time to digest what this means, the agreement, where we are. Is it actually, is it actually going to progress further where we're going to have this and then we're also going to have a deal later? Or, is this just, more lip service from the US or from Iran? And does this even happen, right? The other thing is Nvidia's earnings came in last night, 2 days to reposition, right? But we're going into a long weekend. People will be able to digest the news a little bit more. Over the long weekend, we'll have 3 days, 4 days for people to read the news, think about their portfolios again, and reallocate accordingly. We also have just historically a Memorial Day money rotation. Claude cited this. Institutions reposition coming off of a long weekend with fresh mandates. The flows hit first thing Tuesday, and this tells you which sectors get chosen. Is it chips? Okay, well, then the narrative will continue. Otherwise, if it's more financials or energy or defensives, the super cycle thesis just got challenged. That's what Claude said. So I think that's a good point. There's new, just kind of like I was saying before, there's a lot of time to digest investments, and sometimes, money gets shifted around after a long holiday. We also have the consumer confidence print at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So week number kind of gets you back to, hey, AI CapEx is great, but consumers are being destroyed. The consumer is rolling. So maybe this doesn't continue, right? Maybe Google and Amazon start feeling pain because of the normal consumer, not doing too well. And then they eventually can't spend as much on chips, which affects chip makers. So that's something to consider as well. Also, pre-Computex positioning will happen too. That's June 2 through 5. Chip names historically catch a bid going into the Computex Nvidia GTC Taipei event. So Tuesday is the first session inside that window. Micron, AMD, and Nvidia all show up. The runway is the catalyst. Leading up to a big event, which is happening soon too. Maybe some positioning ahead of that event. We're also getting close to the end of May. A lot of people talk about selling in May and going away. So next week we could see some inflows just due to people being like, hey, I've missed out on this rally this month. I've missed out on Nvidia. I've missed out on AMD, Micron. They've all done quite well. Maybe I want to reposition for the summer. I want to get a little bit more invested. So I think there are some big events happening over the next 4 or 5 days, which could change kind of the market where we are on Tuesday. Of course, we do have Micron earnings in about a month as well. That's going to be huge. We're hearing more news all the time. To be clear, every single day seems really big for the AI companies because we hear about Anthropic or OpenAI and some growth targets that they just hit or new deals. So every day is really important, to be clear, but Tuesday does seem like a standout to me coming back from the long weekend. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all soon. Just a reminder, this is not financial advice. This is not legal advice. Do your own research. I'm never going to reach out to you either in the comment section or through any other means to try to get you to invest in something that I'm investing in or to send me crypto. Some links underneath the video are affiliate links. I may earn a commission, but this is at no extra cost to you. Of course, do your own due diligence.